In September, we kept you and your family informed when a chemical reaction sparked a fire at the former metal processing site. That reaction forced a major evacuation. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Dorman.
And I'm Kim Chappell. Tonight, the very latest for you, the EPA cleanup is done. ABC 57's Emily Pritchard is live on Industrial Drive. And Emily, I'm told that building is clear of hazardous materials.
Yes, that is true. I got a hold of the final EPA site report today, and they are done cleaning up here. They actually took their final load of hazardous materials away from this site to a landfill back in May. And now that's all that's really left here on site is just the shell of this building, and that leaves many local responders happy tonight that the hazards are gone. The weeds may be higher outside of the Baycote metal finishing site, but inside, where there were corrosives and hazardous materials left behind, now is clear.
Yes, EPA came and did their final assessment. They took the winter off, and then they came back over the winter, and they did their final cleanup, and we did our final walkthrough with them early June.
Mishawaka Assistant Fire Chief Mike Talbot says the EPA walked through with IDEM, city officials, and the fire department to show them the changes inside that building.
In the beginning, there was chemicals that were unmarked, couldn't tell what they really were, and things like when we first did our very first walkthrough. And then at the end, all of that containers and everything is gone.
After nearly 8 months of work inside this facility, all you can see now is the outline of the sign that said the EPA was here. But in total, the EPA did remove about 140,000 gallons of liquid waste and 1 million pounds of solid waste. It's hard to forget that night back in September of 2012, when homes were evacuated and fire crews rushed to the scene of the chemical fire. But now they are relieved.
That's the type of fire that you don't want to have in your community. It's a rare occasion. It was something that was unfortunate, but we got lucky and we got it out, and we're happy to be done with all those chemicals.
Now, as weeds poke through that metal door where that fire sparked behind and pallets still lay outside, there's still more work to be done.
You know, the building right now, we don't know where it stands as far as who really owns it or who's going to tear it down the rest of the way. But hopefully in the near future we can get that done so we can complete the hazard out.
Now, I did speak to the EPA spokesperson today. He told me that the total cost of this cleanup project comes in at about $1.8 million. Now, they're still working to recover those costs, and that there is a still property owner listed at this site, and that moving forward they will be working with the U.S. Justice Department. Reporting live in Mishawaka, Emily Pritchard, ABC 57 News.
Just over 9 months ago now, a mile radius around the Baycote metal finishing site was evacuated after a chemical fire sparked there. The EPA was cleaning up hazardous materials left behind that even started corroding the building itself. Well, tonight, that work is done. ABC 57's Emily Pritchard has been covering this story. In fact, she broke it last September. She joins us now live from the Industrial Drive tonight with the story. Emily.
Well, Brian, it's hard to see me a little far back here, but you can see how large this building truly is. I'm only about a third of the way down it. It continues here behind me, but tonight it is completely hazardous material free. Now, the EPA started their cleanup here back in July. They took the winter off and then sent the last loads of hazardous materials from here to a landfill back in May. Now, take a look at these photos here. These are from IDEM before the EPA came in to start their cleanup. Now, the EPA told me today during this emergency cleanup, it removed about 140,000 gallons of liquid waste and 1 million pounds of solid waste. And from well before that fire broke out back in September through the evacuations up until today, this has been a group effort right here in Mishawaka and the surrounding area to keep this community safe.
This went from our leaders, city official leaders, all the way to the EPA, down to South Bend Fire Department, Mishawaka Fire Department, sewer people, everybody. We had to make sure that nothing was getting through down into the soil. All kinds of things had to be done.
Now, when I did talk to the EPA today, the representative told me that this total cleanup comes in at a cost of about $1.8 million, and they are still working to recover those funds from both the property owner and others that they find responsible, and will probably do that through the U.S. justice system. Reporting live in Mishawaka, Emily Pritchard, ABC 57 News.